When my parents told me we were moving to a countryside town for a fresh start, I thought they meant fresh air, fresh scenery, and maybe, if I was lucky, a bigger room. What they didn't mention was the part about the house being old. Very old. A kind of old that felt lived in. By things you couldn't name but could sense the moment you stepped inside. They also didn't mention the whispers. Not at first. The house sat on a quiet road, more mud than pavement, tucked between two clusters of trees that looked like they'd been older than church bells. It had one of those slanted roofs that felt permanently tired, as if it sighed every time the wind passed. The porch sagged, the windows squinted, and the whole structure carried that faint smell of forgotten things, dust, wood rot, and something metallic underneath. Inside was worse. Shadowed corners. Floors that creaked. Walls that seemed too thin to belong to that thick, heavy house. But my parents loved it. It has character, Mom said, sweeping aside cobwebs with unusually bright enthusiasm. It's a great deal, Dad added, which I realized was code for we can't afford anything else. I didn't complain. I was 17, old enough to know when something was pointless. I'd just finished my last year of high school here, move out, and leave whatever ghosts the house had behind. But then the first whisper came, and everything changed. Too. The first whisper, it happened on our third night. We hadn't unpacked everything. Boxes still lined my room in uneven stacks. My bed was shoved against the wall under a small window that overlooked the trees. I remember lying there with my headphones on, scrolling through my phone when everything suddenly paused. Not literally stopped, just felt like it did. You know that sensation when the air changes? When something shifts in the way the dark presses against the walls. That's what it was. A pressure. I took out one headphone. The house was quiet. Too quiet. Then, hello. A whisper. Soft. Direct. A breath against my left ear. I jerked straight upward, smacking my head against the wall. Who's there? Nothing. But the air felt strange, colder near the wall. Slightly vibrating. I sat awake for hours, refusing to turn off the lamp. Eventually, I must have fallen asleep from exhaustion, because morning came all at once, bright and too cheerful. At breakfast, I tried to explain. I heard, like, whispering, last night. From the wall. Dad chuckled. Old houses make noises. Settling and such. Mom gave me a sympathetic but unconcerned smile. You're adjusting. Big move, new environment. Neither listened. Neither believed me. So I stopped saying anything. But the whispers didn't stop. 3. The house learns my name over the next week. I heard it 3 more times. Once when I was brushing my teeth. Once while unpacking clothes. Once while half asleep. But the third time was different. The whisper didn't say hello that time. It said my name. Liam? It was subtle, almost blended into the soft crackling of the old wallpaper. But unmistakable. A voice that sounded neither male nor female. Not electronic. Not echoing. Just present. Close. Inside. I froze, toothbrush still in my mouth, foam dripping onto my shirt. Stop messing around, I shouted, assuming maybe Dad thought it was funny to scare me. But Dad was outside unloading groceries from the car. Mom was at work. I was alone, and the whisper came again. Liam! Right behind the bathroom mirror. I bolted out of the room so fast I slipped on the hallway rug. That night, I pushed my bed away from the wall and slept with the lamp on again. The house remained quiet, but I could feel it paying attention. Like it was waiting. I started to dread nighttime. Dread silence. Dread the moment when walls stopped being walls and turned into speakers for something unseen. 4. The attic door opens 2 weeks after we moved in. I woke to a loud sound, something wooden slamming. I jumped out of bed, heart pounding, and checked my room. Nothing. Then I peeked outside. The attic door, the one at the end of the hallway, the one Dad had nailed shut because the hinges were rusted, was wide open. The nails lay scattered on the floor, freshly knocked off. Something inside the attic breathed softly, a steady inhale-exhale pattern, like someone trying to remain calm. I took slow steps toward it. Dad? I whispered. The breathing stopped. The silence that followed wasn't regular silence. It was thick, intentional, listening. I slowly reached for the attic's pull-string light. But before I touched it, the attic door slammed shut hard. The entire hallway shook. I ran back into my room so fast I tripped over a box, landing on my shoulder. I shut my door and held it, though I knew a wooden door wasn't going to protect me from something that could rip nails out of a frame. My breath was ragged. My pulse hammered. Then, from the wall behind my bed, Liam, don't open. The attic. I didn't sleep that night. I didn't even blink. 5. The whisper knows things. I tried to convince my parents again. They didn't listen. Dad. It's old wood expanding and contracting. Mom, you're anxious. It's normal. Me. Nails don't expand themselves out of wood. Dad waved me off. So I stopped mentioning it entirely. But the house, whatever part of it, was whispering, kept talking. It began telling me small things. At first, don't leave your phone charging overnight. Your dad will knock on your door soon. And it was always right. Then the things became stranger. Your mother is crying in her room. Don't go. I checked. Mom was crying. Your father lies. About the money. I discovered overdue bills stuffed in his glove box. The whisper wasn't guessing. It knew. And worst of all, it seemed to be trying to help me. When I realized that, I stopped being scared of the whisper itself. Instead, I became scared of why it was helping me. 6. Midnight, it happened. On a Friday, my parents left for a small dinner with neighbors. They insisted I stay behind to unwind. I didn't want to be there, but staying alone felt safer than socializing with strangers. Around 10 p.m., the house grew cold. Not gradually, instantly. Like the temperature dropped 10 degrees in one breath. I wrapped myself in a blanket and watched TV. Then, the lights flickered. A faint tapping echoed through the walls. I muted the television. The tapping stopped. Silence. Then, Liam, go to your room. The whisper cut out abruptly, replaced by a heavy dragging sound from the attic. Not soft, not subtle. Something big was moving. Something alive. Something awake. I sprinted to my room and slammed the door. Then I heard footsteps above me, heavy, uneven, circling the area right above my bed. Once, twice, 3 times. Then they stopped directly overhead. The whisper came through the ceiling, strained, panicked. It's not me. Run. The attic floorboards groaned. My breath caught in my throat. Then, bam. Something threw itself against the attic floor, causing dust to fall on my head. Bam! 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 Each hit shook the ceiling light. I didn't think. I acted. I grabbed my jacket, my phone, my backpack, and ran out of the house barefoot. I sprinted down the driveway, across the muddy road, not stopping until I reached the neighbor's porch. Shaking, banging on their door. They answered. I barely made sense explaining what happened. They called my parents. I refused to go back that night. 7. The letter in the wall. The next morning, Dad drove me home, annoyed but trying to hide it. Probably an animal, he kept saying. Probably wind, he added. Probably the house settling, he insisted. I didn't argue. I didn't have the energy. But when we returned, something was different. The attic door was open again, this time with the nails bent outward. I refused to go near it, while Dad hammered it shut again. I sat in my room, staring at the wall where the whisper always came from. I pressed my palm against it. It felt warmer than usual. And there, faintly, something moved behind it. A soft scraping, a slow dragging. Then a piece of wallpaper peeled itself off. I didn't touch it. It peeled on its own. Behind it, sticking out of a crack, was a piece of old, folded paper. My hands trembled as I pulled it free. It was a letter, yellowed, brittle, handwritten. The handwriting was shaky. If someone hears them too, please listen. The house is alive. Not haunted. Alive. My blood ran cold. The letter went on. It mimics people. It watches through cracks. It whispers to keep you inside. It tells the truth, but never the whole truth. Then, the last line. When it whispers your name, you are already part of it. I couldn't breathe. Behind me, the wall exhaled. A warm breath against my neck. I dropped the letter and ran. 8. The house speaks clearly. I found my parents in the kitchen. We're leaving, I said. Right now. Dad frowned. Don't be dramatic. Mom sighed. It's just nerves. But then the house made a sound none of us could pretend was normal. From every wall, from the ceiling, from the floorboards, a low, deep hum started vibrating. Like the house itself had cleared its throat. Then, in perfect clarity, stay. My parents froze. My mom's glass slipped from her hand and shattered. Dad whispered, What? What was that? The house repeated. Stay, all of you. Stay. Dad grabbed Mom's arm. Get your coat. But the front door slammed shut. The deadbolt turned by itself. The windows shuddered. The lights flickered violently. And the whisper spoke again, louder. You're mine. The chairs rattled. The table scraped across the floor. Cabinets burst open. My heart pounded like it wanted to leave my chest. I pulled my parents toward my room, the closest space with a window. That wasn't barred. Jump! I yelled. Dad didn't hesitate. He smashed it open with a chair. Glass scattered everywhere. One by one, we crawled through, dropping into the cold mud outside. Behind us, through the broken window, the house screamed. A long, inhuman wail that didn't sound like a building. It sounded like something trapped inside the walls. Something furious, something starving. We ran. We didn't look back. 9 Aftermath. We